Fuck it, mate. Put me down. This week.
Let's get going with it. I think it should be all right. Welcome everybody, hello. Hope you're all having a very good day. And today, of course, back again for Extinguished Motorsports, round 5 for today. And as you can tell, here for qualifying in the lovely Spain with 11 drivers joining us on the grid today. I think it's more than last week, which is nice. So very nice to see. And it's also nice to see that we've got Wolfie Plays and his teammate joining us today, who I think I got in from last stream. So clearly making a positive impact, which is very good for the first time ever as well. Haven't had a co-commentator for absolute weeks, but we've got Ryan on the commentary with us today. Hope you're doing well, mate. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you, mate. It's been a long time coming, us two doing it together. Obviously, I've been asking for a couple of weeks if you've got anything for me to do to do with you, but at least it's finally come, at least tonight.
Absolutely, and I can't wait to get into it. 16 minutes of qualifying here in Spain. Everybody, like I mentioned, 11 people in the stream chat. Wolfie is joining us already this early on. And as you can see, actually, probably a message to you, Ryan. Wolfie Plays, there's 2 Wolfie Plays. I think, let me just quickly read what he told me. Wolfie 14, the one with 14, we're just going to call him Wolfie Plays. The one with TTV, he's called Connor. So that's how we're going to try and differentiate that.
Could I get an invite to the lobby, mate?
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
I was like, I can't see anything. I'm looking at the home screen, mate.
Hang on a minute. Oh no, I need oh. Just give me a sec. Where are you? Oh, I'm sorry about that. I got carried away. Right. There you go.
To be fair, it was a lot of a later start than we were expecting, wasn't it?
Well,
meant to be starting about 10 minutes before, so.
Anyway, right. There he is. RO comms. First time ever. Let's do it.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. Right, everybody. So, welcome in. Like I mentioned, Spain today. We've got some new drivers joining us today for this this evening. Wolfie Plays TTV, which we're going to be calling Connor, and Wolfie Plays 14 as Connor. 2 provisional poles so far. First time of the weekend as well. It's a 1:14.6 who gets beaten by Andrew Pipsmith by 2 seconds there with a 1:12.7 in the Sauber. Not a bad time at all for him, but as we watch to the straight, there's going to be drivers heading to the line pretty soon, and with 40 minutes to go, the times are going to start to pile in.
Very much so, very much so. But I mean, obviously Spain, it's been on the calendar for in real life F1 for decades almost. But it always provides some good racing around some parts of the track. Obviously, with the new layout brought in, I believe it's 2022. So previously having the chicane before the start-finish rate. Now it's just two long right-handers. Gives the drivers a nice rundown into turn one. Provides a little bit of nicer racing for us to watch.
Yeah, it's a very good track, and to be fair, not one that I get to commentate on very often, but it's nice to be back. And as we look to the track, is there any drivers towards the line? I think Wolfie plays Connor towards the line. I'm going to have to get used to this. Up towards the line with the DRS as well, and he's 5 tenths down over the line. I think McLaren is heading towards the line now as he crosses that line and begins his flying lap. That is Wolfie plays. Dylan Vince, who we saw turn around on the track earlier on, is into 4th position, followed by his teammate down into turn 1. A bit of slipstream going on there, and Veloce into second place. What am I about? I'm not even thinking straight. 7th position, and he's passed his teammate, of course, with the slipstream on this lap. 54% ERS of battery saved up. Fastest first sector, possibly down to the slipstream that he picked up down the main straight. But 12 minutes to go, and this man right here in the Haas is looking pretty quick. But can he continue the form through the middle sector? 7th position, no time on the board for him at the moment. I think somebody just crossed that line. Now that'll be the R. But it's a Red Bull as well. Is in the middle of the track there of Connor, I think, who was just waiting in the middle of the track. But let's stay on board with the Haas. Heads towards the end of the 2nd sector. 51 flat then for him. It's fastest middle sector as well, as his rears nearly just bottom out on him there. But here he comes then. Veloce, 8th position. No time so far. Around the sweeping right-handers then here in Spain and towards the line. Can it be a fast lap? It's been purple 1 and 2. Can he make it for the 3 as well? It is provisional pole, 1 minute 12.432, and a very fast time from the Haas car on provisional pole.
Yeah, some of these boys are looking very, very punchy around these corners. As you said, Veloce or Veloci, as I'll probably refer to him as either or throughout the race, bottoming him out a little bit there, coming around turn, I believe it was 11, turn 12. Possibly just getting a bit on the power, getting on the curb a bit too much with the power as well. He could easily find another possible 10th off of that. So we could be seeing even closer to the 111s if we are very lucky.
Yeah, definitely. Straight on racing into the pit lane. And he's in 3rd position so far, which isn't too bad. Wolfie, that's the other guy who's on comms with you. He can join you on Fridays. Well, I don't think you're free on Fridays, are you, mate? Friday, I don't know.
Fridays, no, but it's not an incredible league, so I could be sworn. I could be sworn to
okay.
to come to you. No,
yeah,
they're great lads there. They're great lads there, but
yeah, we'll have a talk
about
it.
We'll have a talk
about it. Maybe, but yeah, if today goes well, mate, hopefully we can do more stuff together. I think that'd be quite nice, especially how I'd have to be commentating. Well, neither of us have to commentate on our own then, do we? So
yeah.
But you know, it is what it is. 10 minutes to go then, everybody here in qualifying. If you're hearing me last week for this league, of course we had the sprint race, but we haven't got as long of a race today. It's literally the short qualifying and the 50% race. It's a very, very simple night tonight for racing. Of course, Veloce on pole position so far, provisional pole that is, from Passy in 2nd place, and Andrew Pipsmith in 3rd. The 2 Kick Saubers doing incredibly well so far on time, and they're pretty even as well. As I'm going to quickly go on Do Not Disturb, because I always forget to do that every single race.
Do the same.
Yeah, but towards the line, here comes Passy. Can he improve, or is he starting a lap? I'm not too sure actually over the line. Oh, he's definitely not on a lap. As he, I think he begins a lap now. Passy then in the Sauber. Can it be a good flying lap with 10 minutes to go?
It could very well be, as we see with me down there in P11. We have Wolf. I'll just call him Wolf throughout the day. Exiting the pits there for his first and possibly only lap. Yet to set a time on the board, we have 2 drivers there. Could just be a bit of strategy play, trying to wait for track to develop a little bit more, get a bit more rubber on track, find that little bit more grip on those soft compound of tyres.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully he can put a good time on the board. Going back to wherever the man is. I don't know, was it Passy? It was Passy then. On his flying lap then into the end of the second sector. Can it be fast? Oh, purple second sector. And a 3.5 tenth improvement too for the Sauber. Not a bad effort so far. He's second place and not too much to improve, but so far, oh, McLaren got around in the final 2 corners, but Passy then towards the line. Can it be? Is he backing off? Is he on the lap? He's invalidated. That is it for Passy.
Yeah, on with the McLaren, he had a bit of a spin there coming out of turn 12, just got a bit too much on the curb, he bottomed out a little bit and just sent him right round onto the grass. All that was.
Yeah, well, Wolfie plays, I think this is the same guy, isn't it? Yeah, only one McLaren in the race. So, Wolfie plays, begins his lap, and no lap in so far. And, of course, the man that organises all of these races, I believe, no, he doesn't. Oh, I've got this completely wrong guy. Stray dog. My mind is not in the right place today. That is definitely not the guy that organises these races. He has his own league on the Fridays, which actually has turned into a cheeky plug because if you're interested in race on the Fridays, everybody, you can send me a message in the stream chat and I'll send you a Discord link, or I'm sure Wolfie in the chat will send his own link once he's not on a flying lap. But let's see what he can do. DRS activated then towards the end of the second sector in his McLaren. Of course, the only McLaren here today, and he crosses that second sector with a 52. I don't think he is on a lap, or is he? He seems very down, actually.
He's definitely not saving his battery. I'm not sure if you have the telemetry up, but he is on hot lap mode at the moment. As you see him there, just coming round at turn 14. Not really saving whatsoever. It looks like he's trying to finish off his lap, obviously putting him up into 5th there with the 14 to just under a second behind 4th place in Bait.
Yeah, that isn't a bad effort at all from Wolfie plays, and to be fair, probably not a bad place to start the Grand Prix here. Trying to avoid the commotion, but St. Power over the line, he's 8 tenths up and he's into P6 then, a bit of an improvement, well, I say a bit, massive improvement from St. Power, but clearly wasn't a presentable time for him before that. Dylan Vince then over the line, he invalidated both laps, so he will be going around now having to go around on that invalidation this time around. Nothing really going on around the track at this moment in time. I think Percival just beginning a lap now with only half of the ERS that he could wish for. But we'll see what kind of lap he can put in today with 6.5 minutes left of qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna quickly reply to the Discord message because somebody wants to have the Twitch link, so might as well pop it over to them guys.
Well, how are you doing that? I am currently on with the Mercedes with Stray Dog there, obviously not yet having second time, and it doesn't look like he's going to have the time to. He did invalidate just coming out of turn 14, which made that lap as well as this lap null and void. He's got red all around the track at the moment. So he's going to have a bit of an issue trying to just save his battery, ready for a run, hopefully, not having to come back into the pits and waste even more time or tyres.
Absolutely. But we've got Stray Dog, who, of course, no time. Everybody else, the rest of the 10 have got times on the board, so only waiting for one. Not an incredible attendance tonight, but it is okay. I'm sure we're going to get some good racing, and you can see the times up at the front, how close they all are. Many people in the 112. There's 2 people in the 112.7s, then of course Veloce with the 112.4. So not bad times at all. Ladies and gentlemen, in the chat, Wolfie, hidden news copy button. I'm not sure what you mean, but let me know. Oh, the link won't work. I can send a link in for you, mate, for your Twitch. Hang on a brief moment.
I was going to say, would you want to send me a link to your stream as well, so I could have a peek at that?
Hang on a minute.
We do have actually our second place sitter going purple through sector 1 there. He is very much trying to gain on Veloce. Separation is about 3 tenths, so very very easy to find that amount of time around here. Obviously getting good exits around the tight corners, but as well as that, it's also very easy to lose it, locking up just a little bit, as people often do going into turn 10, obviously the start of sector 2, where you're having to brake and turn the car at the very same time. I'm not sure if these drivers do have ABS on or not, but it doesn't look like Passy is going to make that mistake, keeping it nice and close around 12, around 11, and go on to the short run down to 13, the long right-hander before you were 14 to finish off the lap. It didn't look like he went purple in sector 2, but where is he going to put his car? Is he going to stay in second as he crosses the line? Yes, he does. He doesn't improve at all by the looks of things.
Yeah, very much down for Passy. Wasn't a fast lap this time around, but still 3.5 minutes to go, so it isn't over for him. He's still got a lot of ERS, and maybe he's going again. But we'll have to keep an eye on him. There is also a few more drivers out there. Andrew Pipsmith seems to be saving his ERS, and as he launches that Sauber then around the final 2 corners, this will be a flying lap to start now. Andrew Pipsmith, third position. He'll be starting at the front of the second row of the grid. In the start of the Grand Prix, which of course is just up next. But what can this man do then in the Sauber, using lots and lots of ERS down into turn 1, 35% left into the first turn. Of course, have the DRS down the straight as well. And we'll see what kind of time he can set as he heads up towards the end of the first sector. Andrew Pipsmith so far isn't looking so bad. He is down by 0.02 of a second, very, very marginally there. But can he make any more improvements? That is a time that is able to bring back then for Andrew Pipsmith. Only a small amount of time that he needs to find in the second sector. Can he do so? Fuel light is on. Will his fuel run out, or will it hold Passy onto provisional pole? 112 flat. It's a lovely improvement. Nearly 7 tenths of an improvement there. But here comes Andrew Pipsmith then in the Sauber. Does he find the time in the second sector? He does. He finds the 10th then. It's fastest in the middle sector now for Andrew. His teammate Passy on provisional pole. Can he get himself up there too to lock out the front row of the grid for the 2 kick Saubers as they head round the final 2 corners? Here comes Andrew Pipsmith, 1 minute 12.7. He's got 7 tenths to his teammate over the line. Will it be an improvement? It is a 10th improvement, still P3 though. And Andrew is at 1 minute 12.5. Carry on.
But we did just have a Haas of Veloce go purple in sector 2, very quickly taken away from the man to yet set a time. Stray Dog currently holding the fastest sector 2 time out of all these drivers, as he just goes up into P4.
Wow. Good stuff.
Must have been a very great lap from him.
Yeah, Stray Dog towards the line now. He's beginning another lap, and he will get the DRS activated. Lots of ERS being used then down the straight, of course, to maximise his chances of putting on the best time here today. Passy on provisional pole. He's got 4 tenths of clearance then to Veloce behind at the moment. Stray Dog seeming to be on a decent lap. Can this man just pull any decent time out of anywhere today? We have to say he's 3 tenths up then this time around, which isn't going to be a hell of a lot at the minute, but 3 tenths in the first sector is not bad at all. I'm sure he can find even more through the middle sector with 50 seconds left of qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. Can Stray Dog go any quicker is the question.
He very much could if he wanted to, but it's a matter of does he want it. If he doesn't want it, he's not going to get it. But if you don't want it, as Senna said, like with the moves, if you don't go for a move that exists, are you any longer a racing driver? I say no, and I think it's the same with time on the board. If you know there's time on the board and you don't go for it, are you a racing driver or are you just a driver?
Absolutely,
you're just a driver.
Stray Dog though, around the final corner, it is DRS activated, and can it be faster for him? P9 to P4, not a bad improvement. It's a whole second, nearly a second and a 10th that he gained on that lap around, but the second row of the grid isn't a bad effort from Stray Dog that left his time till very last minute. Qualifying concluded then, Passy on provisional pole so far. Andrew finishes third, Bates 6, Wolfie plays in 11. Somebody, the Haas of Dylan Vince, right off the track then in the final stage of qualifying, as there's a Mercedes of St. Power, who I believe he's got the fuel light on, but looks like he's on a flying lap. He will very much lose his rear there. That'll be it for his lap. No, it's got to be it for his lap. Lost a lot of time through there. Dylan Vince retires. Veloce very much down on time, but qualifying pretty much complete. Not many people being able to find any more time. Stray Dog is very much down as well. He's not on a flying lap anymore, so he is done. He is finished in 4th position today. Veloce has found 2.5 tenths. Could it be pole for the Haas car? He's left it incredibly late. Fuel light is flashing. Will he run out towards the line? He's run out of fuel, I think. I think he's run out of fuel towards the line.
He's very much
Oh no, he's just run out of fuel. He would have been on pole position by the looks of it. He would have been very, very close either way. But Veloce runs out of fuel on the final corner and into the pit lane for him. Pole position is going to be Passy today in this Sauber. Brilliant effort. Veloce joining him on the front row of the grid. But very nice qualifying, everybody, here for Extinguished Motorsports.
Very, very entertaining indeed. The provisional pole swapping, what seemed to be every lap these drivers did. Pace being found everywhere from the quick boys as well as the ones a bit further down in the order. Everyone was gaining on their times, and it just seemed to me Veloce and Passy gained the most out of everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. And here we go then, perfectly on cue. We will be having the finishing results, everybody. For today's qualifying session. It is very, very exciting to watch. I'm sure people that are watching this will watch this back will enjoy that too. But Passy on pole position, incredible time, nearly 4 tenths faster than Veloce in 2nd place, who joined him on the front row of the grid. Andrew Pipsmith 3rd position, then Stray Dog Racing in 4th, and the 2nd Stray Dog in 5, Bait 6, Saint Power 7, Percival 8. Connor, in 9, Dylan Vince 10, and Wolfie Plays down in 11. Next up is the Grand Prix, everybody. I'll put you on the Grand Prix sighting soon screen, and we'll be back fairly shortly. See you soon. Well, that's very rushed, but here we are then, everybody. He slides out, and away we go. Passy gets away incredibly well down into turn 1. Veloce trying to challenge him down into the first corner. Can he do anything about it? He's going to go right around the outside. Can't make the move this time around. Passy holds on to the lead. Veloce 2nd, Andrew Pitsmith in 3rd, battling with the Haas car in 2nd place. But the battles behind as well are going crazy. I've just seen a load of wing fly in the air there, and there's a Mercedes into the barrier as well, who goes very, very slowly down into 11th now. Saint Power, who the power in his car is absolutely sending it around. He can't stay straight on the track. He's down in 11, and around into the pit in the wall there goes Percival too, as he is now down at the back of the grid. Lots of commotion as the Red Bull of Wolfie Plays hits the 2nd Wolfie Plays of Connor. These two battling side by side, and it looks like Connor is gonna... Am I commentating the right people here? Well,
no, he was commentating P8 and P9, but calling them P8 and
my bad.
P7.
My bad, Dylan Vince then was the man. But anyway, 33 laps in this Grand Prix, ladies and gentlemen. A brilliant start for most of the drivers. Passy leading from Veloce, Andrew Pipsmith 3rd, Stray Dog Racing in 4th position. Very clean at the front, not so much from behind.
No, we had the Red Bull of Wolf Plays and the Haas of Dylan have an absolute shocking start. Dylan seems to just not get the clutch up in time. He very much bogged down as the lights went out, as you could have seen him be back by about a second by turn 1 it was, I believe. As you now see him getting overtaken by Saint Power. And then the Red Bull coming out of turn 2 went a bit deep, cut across the gravel trap there, obviously not quite getting beached. Luckily for his race, but it could have very well been over before it even begun.
Yeah, absolutely. Lap 2 of 33, everybody. And Passy still leading very nicely indeed. Percival currently coming out of the pit lane now. He'll be exiting pretty soon. But his race is pretty much gone unless a safety car emerges here in Spain. Passy leading this Grand Prix by 0.8 of a second, and can he hold that gap is the question. Veloce will be getting the DRS as soon as possible once that is enabled, and that is sure going to help the Haas car in his attempt to take the race lead today. Straight Up Racing in third position. Andrew Pittsmith joins in on the pack in fourth position, and just behind that it is Bait and Straight Dog 3 Racing. As these two, I'm sure, are going to give us a bit of a battle soon. But here we go then, towards the main straight and to the line. Will anybody get any closer? Passy keeps setting the pace every time you go around so far. Fastest lap twice then of the Grand Prix so far. But lap 3 of 33, 30 laps left, everybody. And the main battle up at the front so far is Passy trying to hold off Veloce. I don't know if there's much going on behind. I think there's something there, like I mentioned, Bait and Straight On 3 Racing very close. The gap at the moment only 0.4 of a second. That is sure to get closer as we make our way around the track here in Spain.
Very much so. We do have a bit of split on strategies by the seams of things. Obviously we have P11 there in the RB of Percival currently on the hard after pitting to, I believe that was to change his front wing after getting that damage that you said about seeing earlier on. But we have our current race leader, Passy, as well as Stray Dog on the softs. A bit further down, we have Connor there in P8 as well on the soft. So they could be looking at doing a possible 2-stop strategy today, whereas everyone else is currently on those medium tyres.
Yeah, around the final corner. And tyres, something very interesting here in the world of Formula 1 that can tell the story of a race. But of course, Passy on the softs, leading down into turn 1, and he's had a brilliant start. The thing is, of course, like we mentioned on the oh, actually, let's backtrack a second, because behind, brilliant action, safety cars apparently deployed. I think, is that the Haas of Dylan Vince that balled? It was Haas of Dylan Vince, the final sector into the barrier, and it's looking like Percival's going to get his chance at getting back in the race, isn't it? Safety car deployed. And
very much so, yeah.
Percival, he's going to be happy about that one. Really, really happy. So his race is saved here today in Spain with 30 laps to go, and the safety car's out. Dylan Vince into the pit lane, as of course he was the one that brought all of this commotion on. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see if anybody else decides to pit. Maybe some of the soft runners, or are they going to stay out? Is the question. We'll have to see what the strategies are going to be like as we head towards the pit straight soon.
Definitely. I mean, if the softer runners do stay out, it's not the end of the world for them. Obviously, these softs do look at dropping off after about 5 laps of racing, but do remember we've only had about 3 laps, so they could go another 2 laps before having to pit, which, I mean, go onto the hards then, just under 30 laps, sorry, on the hards. Very possible if these drivers can manage the wear, but if they can't, then they're going to get swamped by the future hard runners who would end up boxing them. Usually about lap 13 it is around this track. Lap 13 to 15 is the usual pit window.
Yeah, and speaking of pit stops, Passy's in the pit lane, so is Straight Up Racing too. So some of the drivers decided to pit, of course. Passy now on the hards. Straight Up Racing is on the brand new medium, so he must have been on the softs then.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, so new mediums then for this guy coming out of the pit lane now, which is very nice. 9th position for him at the moment as he exits, but of course everybody to line up behind the safety car, with Veloce being the race leader. The guys that started on the mediums have all managed to stay out. They've gained track position, and Veloce, that couldn't take pole position in the in qualifying today, which it looking like he might have been able to take that pole position, by the way. Couldn't take it, and today is the race leader. Wolfie Plays, Connor gets a 3-second time penalty, the first one of the evening tonight here in Spain. But under the safety car then, 11 people joining us, and to be fair, we haven't had a single retiree yet, so nice to see. Very nice to see that we've got everybody here still in the race, but safety car should be going in, not this lap, but the one after that. So it should be around lap 7, I think, that we get racing again, but it's going to be pretty exciting.
Yeah, if we're very lucky, we could have the safety car come in next lap. It's a matter of the two drivers of Dylan and Percival catching up to the back of the pack. As soon as that is done, the safety car will come in and we will have the further laps of racing we all desire.
Yeah, final corner then. And oh my god, pardon me. And towards the line, lap 5 of 33 ends, and we go on to lap 6 of 33. And if anyone's in the stream chat, I haven't done this in a while because I haven't had a co-commentator. I don't really. It's kind of a different thing. But anyone in the stream chat during safety cars, I normally ask if anyone got any questions, maybe predictions they want to make going into the next laps of this Grand Prix. If you do, let us know. You know, engage a little bit. It's nice to see some engagement in the chat, of course. And also, while you're at it, you can go and follow Ryan's Twitch, which I will link in a minute in the stream chat. I think it's in our messages, Ryan, actually. Have a look.
Yeah, I'm hosting a lot of 5-lappers on there with boys in my league as well as ones in other esports leagues. So we do often see some quick boys joining us for some racing. Sometimes I commentate over it, sometimes I'm driving it. Trust me, the commentary is a lot better than the driving. Usually I get lapped by them boys, but it's what it is.
Yeah, but it's like
we're all good at our own things.
Sorry, I know. I was gonna say when you're about racing, that's like me. I've got my own league on we race Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, and tomorrow I race in Tier 2. And to be fair, I actually do pretty well in Tier 2. I've won the past 3 races, but when you put me in Tier 1, and oh my god, I feel absolutely awful. But enough of that, and back to the racing. I've just seen a bit of wing flying up. I think maybe one of the...
Yes, that is the McLaren of Wolf. It doesn't look like there's any actual visual damage, but he did go very hard into the back of the RB.
Yeah, there was definitely something there. There was something came up in the air. We saw something fly off. I'm not too sure if it's going to affect him too much or even if there was any damage, but here we go then. Towards the line, safety car goes in, and lap 7 out of 33, like I said, we're going to go racing again as we cross that line. Lap 7 now. Veloce from Andrew Pittsmith. Can this Sauber maybe gain down into turn 1? Can anybody else try and capitalise on the situations behind that? There's the Mercedes of St. Power. He can't pick his side as he tries to get down the inside now. Finally cuts off the Red Bull nearly goes into the barrier, into the gravel traps there. The Mercedes of St. Power is at the back of the race again. He was at the back from the start of the race, and we restart now. He gets another chance handed to him, and down to 11 for St. Power. He throws it away once again. Andrew Pittsmith in second place, trying to chase down Veloce at the moment, behind as well, right at the back. I think Percival just made a move past Dylan. Vince, 2. But some good racing so far from the safety car restart. The top 2 battling like crazy.
Yeah, with St. Power's little incident there, that was due to no fault of his own. That was purely down to very, very unsportsmanlike defending there from Wolf Plays in the Red Bull. He couldn't decide, he kept moving under braking, so St. Power had to do the same to avoid contact, which then, as he was up the inside, Wolf Plays just pushed him off track. Leaves absolutely no racing room for the Mercedes driver. The stewards should have a field day with reporting on that one, if it is reported.
Yeah, down the inside as well. Andrew Pittsmith now, for the first time today, takes the lead of the Grand Prix on lap 8 of 33. He gets through in his kick Sauber, and ahead in the lead, the top 5 all on the medium compound tyres. Everybody, Wolfie Plays on the softs, then pretty much the rest of them on the mediums, apart from 2, Passy and Dylan Vince, who decided to opt for the hards because of course they were on the softs beginning this Grand Prix. So we'll see which strategy works out their best and who can come out on top today. It's going to be quite exciting to see that unfold here today, with of course the full 33 laps of racing. We've done 8 of them already, and Andrew Pittsmith being your race leader, but let's keep an eye behind, shall we, because I think we're missing out on the midfield battling, especially like this on Straight Up Racing on the backside of Wolfie Plays then in the Red Bull. Straight Up Racing gets a 3-second time penalty. That is the one in P4, I believe, but Oh my God, Passy down the inside, 3 abreast. Nobody expected this one. One of them goes round, the Mercedes goes around, then the Sauber tries to get through. He drops down, Wolfie plays, holds 6th position. But the Mercedes of Stray Dog goes around now. He's on the back foot, side by side with Percival round the final 2 corners. Percival down to 9. Stray Dog manages to hold his own into 8th position. But crazy stuff, 3 abreast, and that never ends well into that corner. Wolfie plays ahead. Passy now tries to make the move on Wolfie. He gets through, and he's ahead then into 6th position. Ahead of that as well, Stray Dog Racing 3 gets into 4th as Wolfie plays of Connor. Has to concede, but some brilliant battling we're seeing in the midfield at the moment, and it's going to continue on the Mercedes. Mercedes battling on the Red Bull.
Very brilliant indeed. Apart from all plays, I'm a man of criticism. I love to give it where it is due. The Red Bull is not very spatially aware of his car as well as the cars around, completely turning in on both the Mercedes and the Kit Sauber, I believe it was, at turn 10 there, causing the Mercedes to go round. He needs to learn a bit more on spatial awareness, I think, as we do see the Mercedes going up the inside into the very corner where where just about a lap ago he gets spun around, but it looks like he repays the favour a little bit and pushes down Wolf into a P8.
Nice to see, good battling, lap 10 of 33 in this Grand Prix. Into the pit lane, Wolfie plays, then dives into the pit lane and actually ahead as well. Veloce gets into the lead side by side. Oh my God, they're both going at it then through the first few corners. Veloce holds on to it for now. The Sauber has to drop behind and the Haas holds on to the lead, but some brilliant battling into turn 1, and that is some sheer bravery and skill, to be fair, to stay that far apart from each other but also so close. It is brilliant to see up at the front some proper clean battling from Veloce and Andrew Pipsmith at this moment in time. And behind that, oh, Wolfie into the wall, then Connor into the barrier there in his McLaren. He has to find a safe spot to turn around, but he is right down in 10th position. Not back in the grid because Wolfie plays has pitted on the hard compound tyres, but Connor in 10th position has completely lost out in this Grand Prix. He goes off the track once again as well in his mediums, but back up to the front, lap 10 of 33. The top 2 going absolutely at it. I think maybe down into turn 1 that is going to be something to watch again. We're going to keep our eyes on that as we head round the final 2 corners. The Sauber is going to try and make a move on the Haas. Can he do so? Once again, the DRS activated, the ERS2 is a bit of a gap, 6/10, but he can bring it down. Maybe form a bit of a battle here. He's going to really try and gain down into turn 1. Last lap was brilliant. It was so unexpected, but side by side into turn 1 and 2 is exactly what I want to see. But the second King Sauber into 4th position past Stray Dog 3 Racing, and he's making the moves up, possibly trying to catch up to his teammate now in 2nd position. But I'm sure he's going to get there. Wolfie plays of Connor retiring, 2nd safety car, everybody.
Very much so. It looks like he has just pulled up on the side of the track. Steward's possibly not very happy with that, nearly causing Wolfie plays a bit of damage there, as he was coming definitely very quickly round turn 14, nearly going straight into the side of him.
Yeah, absolutely. The safety car's back out, everybody. Second one of today. Like I mentioned, if you got any predictions, put them in the stream chat. Anything you want to say, now is your time, because we can absolutely read all of that now, because we are under the safety car conditions. We are going to keep an eye out, see if anyone decides to pit on lap 11 of 33. Maybe some of the medium runners decide to a bit earlier than normal. We'll see. We'll just have to see what they do as we head towards the pit straight, ladies and gentlemen. But of course, safety car out for the 2nd time. Veloce in the pit lane. Andrew Pipsmith decides to pit 2. Will Bate follow them in as well of the Red Bull? I think he will. Yes, he will. I think the majority of the mediums are going to follow them all in now. Yes, Stray Dog 3 Racing as well. But the other Stray Dog, who is on 6 lap hold mediums, decides to stay out this time around, and he will gain track position. He will take 2nd place in this race. Passy on the hards, who started on the softs earlier on, pitted early, and the first safety car is now ahead and leading. Let's see how well them hards last.
Yeah, under those pit stop plates, I was having a look between Andrew Pipsmith as well as Veloce. Veloce having a very, very poor pit stop, very, very slow. No damage, no wing changes, purely down to what seemed to be his pit crew. Very much costing him a little bit of time, which wouldn't have been ideal if the safety car wasn't involved. Fortunately for him and his race, it was deployed about a lap earlier.
Yeah, safety car then still out. Everybody, thanks for joining. Oh, I've just opened CapCut by accident. Thanks for joining us in the stream today, ladies and gentlemen. It is nice to have you here. I can see Wolfie in now. He's coming into the pit for a new wing, and I had oversteer going into the pits and hit the wall. Unfortunate, but
We've all been there.
yeah, really have. But at least you can stick around, join us in the stream chat for today's for today's race, mate. Like you are quite a lot here for the support always, which is nice to see. But safety car should be going in next lap around, hopefully, and then we can get racing again. That's what we're here for. We don't like sitting under safety car. Takes too long. We want to get racing. We like seeing the action. And next lap is lap 13, so not too many laps to go. 20 laps as we cross that line, and I'm sure that is going to go really, really fast. But here we go towards the line. Let's see.
Safety car still out.
Yeah, safety car still out. Very much
Oh,
unfortunately.
damn it, a bit of contact there between Wolf and Percival there in P8 and P9. Percival getting a 10-second time penalty for that due to no fault of his own. He's perfectly, actually no, if you look at the real racing rules, I'm not sure how the rules are here in this league, as I'm not actually in the server or anything, but going very slow, definitely way more than 10 car lengths between him and his teammate, very much trying to slow down these plays, it looks like, making these plays going to the back of him. Very nearly causing some damage, not quite yet though.
Yeah, lap 13 now, 33. It should be this lap going into the pit lane now because everybody's caught up. There's no reason that we can't go racing once more in this race, and hopefully that is the last safety car we see. Hopefully we can get racing till the very end. Wolfie Plays has retired. I got them both mixed around, I think I was calling Wolfie Plays 14. I don't know actually. Yeah, I think I was calling Wolfie Plays 14 Connor, and it doesn't matter. Anyway, Connor is Wolfie Plays TTV, which I didn't realise. So 8th position, perceivable. Is that another 10-second? Or is that?
No, that's now a 10-second for Wolf
20.
Wait, is it for him?
Yeah.
I must have missed that. Oh, God.
20-second
Sorry to everyone who is religious there, but 20 seconds time penalties, all got under a safety car.
Wow. Crazy stuff. Safety car now coming in at the end of this lap. Everybody, we're going to get racing again. Percival, if you thought it was bad for him being at the back of the grid, he's got a 20-second penalty too to deal with. That is not going to be nice for him to have on his record today. But we'll see which way it is going to go, everybody. The safety car to get restarted once again for the second time and the third time that we're going to go racing again here today in Spain. Passy from Stray Dog from Andrew Pipsmith. Can it be a Sauber 1-2 today? It's looking very close. It could be that Sauber 1-2. The Hasses are very close behind that as well. Which way is it going to swing? We go racing again. Andrew Pipsmith with the hopes and dreams of taking it to the Sauber 1-2. He's going to go for the move on Stray Dog. Can he get through? He's looking like he can't at the moment. But the Mercedes, though, looking very close on the backside of Passy in the lead of this Grand Prix down into turn 1. Andrew Pipsmith, though, looking very close behind, trying to channel all the slipstream that he can to try and make a move through past the front runners. Behind that as well, Dylan Vince dropping down, I think, to 8th now, and he isn't having a good start once again, down to 8th at this moment in time. The Mercedes of Saint Power down at the back as well. He's down into 10 as Perceivable with a 20-second penalty gets into 9. Back again down the inside goes Saint Power, just tussling from these two at the back, and at the minute the Mercedes manages to get the better of him and gets into 9th position, but the battle up at the front continues. Saint Power with a 3-second penalty. Lap 14, everybody. Who will take the lead going down the straight?
Very hard to tell. Obviously with DRS now coming to a close, the next real overtaking opportunity isn't until the run down into turn 1, but with Dylan Vince there on safety car restart, it looked like he had a bit of oversteer coming out of turn 2, turn 3. put him onto the grass and dropped him down back 3 places.
Yeah, this is what we want to see down into turn 1. DRS enabled, and look at this. Very close racing. Veloce down in 4, trying to make his moves up through the drivers in front, but they're all looking pretty fast then up at the front. The top 4 incredibly quick, and they broke off as a bunch then from the rest of the pack at this moment in time. But Andrew Pipsmith trying to make a move past the Mercedes. The Mercedes teammate down in 8th of St. Power, who picked up a 3-second penalty for himself a few seconds ago, which is unfortunate, but isn't really going to affect much at all. Dylan Vince to the back, dropping down to 9. Can he try and fight Percival? Very close indeed between the Haas and the RB, sorry. And the RB managed to get ahead into 9th position. St. Power now into 8th. Connor in 7th, Stray Dog 6th, Bait in 5, who we haven't really seen much of in this Grand Prix. Veloce in 4, and the back up the front is still continuing on, all race long so far. And towards the line in a moment, who will be the leader going down into turn 1? Will we even get an overtake is the question. We didn't see one last lap around, but look how close they all are. Is the chance there for an overtake? DRS enabled down the straight. Passy, Stray Dog, Andrew and Veloce giving it their absolute all. And finally something happening here. Andrew Pipsmith down into the lead. Veloce to 3rd. Stray Dog drops 2 positions down the straight. And it's a Sauber 1-2 at the minute. Stray Dog back into 3rd. Veloce drops down to 4, but some brilliant racing up at the front.
Some great racing there into the first turn. Veloce trying to go around the outside, trying to just find that little bit of space. Found the space, which very quickly got shot close by Stray Dog in the Mercedes in front of him, which caused him to go off track both on the entrance of turn 1 as well as the entrance of turn 2.
Yeah, lap 16 now of 33, everybody, which means we're on the fence really, just about half race distance then in this Grand Prix, pretty much there. And it's passy from Andrew Pipsmith. Very nice to say. I haven't seen a 1-2 forming in a race for a while. We could get that today, but do not count on it, because the 2 guys behind the 1-2 is Stray Dog and Veloce, and they have been incredibly fast in this Grand Prix. They have fell off a little bit behind the 2 Saubers, who are driving ahead, but Veloce going for the move on Stray Dog, and he's now into 3rd position. Passy and Andrew just trying to race off into the distance. The gap between them and Veloce is 7/10, so possibly the top 2 can just drive off now. They can try and get the advantage, get into the distance and have nothing to worry about, but you know, it could be a completely different story. Behind that, Walker plays TTV in 7th position, getting through to 7th. St. Power, as he tried to make a move, couldn't do it, then down into turn 1. Maybe next lap around for him, but isn't looking like we're getting I can't speak. Isn't looking like we're getting many overtakes during the actual main bit of the track. It's mainly just down the main straight that drivers are making it possible at this moment in time, but hopefully we can get some more overtake around the rest of the track in due course. But lap 17 of 33, it could be a Sauber 1-2 on the cards.
Very much so. And with what you were saying about overtaking around the track, it's not the hardest track to overtake around. Corners are fairly wide, gives drivers plenty of room to go side by side, but I think they're just trying to play the smart game. Wait till they can open the DRS to make the move. Make a move one at a time. Don't go for anything stupid. Wait till the gap arises. As they say, you want the driver in front of you to make the mistake there. As we see it, a changeover from the Saubers. You just want the driver in front of you to make the mistake. Do not make the mistake yourself.
I think there's moves going on 7 and 8. There is, absolutely. St. Power into 7. Wolby plays TTV down to 8, which is nice to see. St. Power finally putting his foot on the accelerator, pushing that car in 7th position, has been gifted to him so far, but can he hold that position is the question, as Connor will try and make that move as soon as possible. But the battle up at the front is still continuing, but Stray Dog has kind of fell off a little bit. 1.4 seconds the gap between him and Veloce now. Veloce has definitely not fell off. He is looking for the move on Passy. He could make it down the inside. He sends it on the Sauber. Veloce into 2nd place, pushes the Sauber off wide. It's a very brave dive into the inside line, and he makes up for it there. The Haas car taking 2nd place in this Grand Prix. just behind Andrew Pittsmith, heading down the straight. What a move.
Incredible dive there from the Haas, getting his way up into P2. Nearly half as fresh of tyres as Pepsi, maybe just finding that little bit more grip that Pepsi would not have.
Ooh, more battling, is it? Yes, it is. Stray Dogs racing into P5, baiting 6 as he gets through. The Red Bull trying to push on, trying to make their move, trying to battle from behind, but at the moment isn't fast enough. Just as of, yeah, but lap 19 and 33, I told you these laps go absolutely rapid. And, ooh, St. Power into 7.
I like digger.
Okay. I do not know him. Probably, yeah, probably. I've muted desktop audio. Reset.
Back from the front 3 drivers.
Right, okay. I do apologise about that, everybody, for whatever we just heard. And I guess I'll learn from my mistakes. Invite only is probably the way to go. I didn't even think about doing that. But I hope we haven't offended anybody who really didn't really have a say in the matter there. But I tried to mute my desktop audio as fast as I could. But anyway, that is over with. No more people will be joining now, which is great, and we can get going with the racing again. Lap 20 of 33, 13 laps to go, which is mind-blowing. It's gone incredibly fast. 5 people with penalties, 5, 6, 7 and 8 their positions. And yeah, while I've just been not even listening, yeah, St. Power and Wolfie Plays are out. Oh, battle behind though. Straighter racing, Dylan Vince down the inside, and the Mercedes makes the move into 7th. Dylan Vince trying to get through again, but can't do. Andrew Pittsmith into the lead as well. Veloce 2nd place, Passy down to 3rd. It's some brilliant battle up at the front today that we're witnessing. It really, really is. These guys definitely know how to race clean, as I think Dylan Vince at the back has gone around once again.
Yeah, he had a bit of a spin there, coming out of turn 12, it looks like. Getting on the power, maybe a little bit too early than he should have.
Kind of got the SQ for trying to come back on track. Fair enough, mate. Well, anyway, back at the racing up at the front, and it's some good stuff so far. Andrew Pittsmith is ahead, but you really can't put a pin in who is going to win today, because the battling has been great, and everybody just been swapping positions every 3 laps to go around. You really can't put a pin in it at all. Nobody knows which way is going to fall today. It could very much be a sour 1-2, but of course, you know, a penalty could easily ruin that, or you know, wherever they finish, of course, could change that as well. But 22 of 33. Andrew Pittsmith then in the lead, Veloce gaining, and down the inside for the first time in a very long while, he takes the lead of the Grand Prix today. Andrew Pittsmith down to 2nd, Passy in 3rd. Oh, bit of contact there. Passy has to brake to not hit his teammate. Wow, Veloce and Andrew Pittsmith coming together a little bit there. Veloce races off. Andrew nearly takes out his teammate there of Passy, who has to brake hard, stomp on that brake pedal to make sure he doesn't hit his teammate and ruin the race.
Very much so. Both the Haas driver of Veloce and Pepsi both need to be very careful. Both of them have faced 2 track limit warnings from the in-game stewards, as we do see there. Andrew Pittsmith going a little bit over the curb, but these drivers have got to be very careful. These 2 could very much lose their race to Andrew Smith, who hasn't had a single violation yet. That man keeping it well between the white lines there, not leaving any room for even a thought. of a violation of the track limit rule. That is that there is an F1. Obviously, you've got to stay with at least 2 tyres between the white lines at all times.
Yeah, Percival picking up a 3-second time penalty. But down the straight we go. Passy, will it be a double? Oh my God, Passy's threaded the needle. He was going to go for the move on the Haas car as well. Can he go around the outside to make an incredible move here in Extinguished Motorsports? He can't do it today. That would have been brilliant. Veloce in the lead again. Andrew Pittsmith to second. Passy jumps down to third. He had his moment in the sun for a few moments there, but has to drop back behind that as well. Straight on Bate having a bit of a battle. Bate with a bit of contact there, has to drop back, unfortunately, but 10 laps to go in this Grand Prix, everybody, and some great battling up at the front at the moment. The pack have really spread out, and we have lost 3 drivers, only 8 left in today's Grand Prix, but the guys at the front are really giving us something to watch at this moment in time. Veloce with the DRS then, heading down into the left-hander. Andrew with the DRS2 is going to help him get closer. Patsy as well, as they're trying to get through past the back marker of Dylan Vince. But here we go then, heading round towards the final few corners and the main straight. Is there anybody going to be able to make a move once again?
Very much hoping so, as we do start now. Well, come onto the start of lap 24. DRS is going to be open for at least 2 drivers behind the race leader. So it's both the Saubers trying to make the move into turn 1. Perhaps he's a little bit further back now. He's very close to that second behind, but not quite. He's just within about 7 tenths back as Smith, I'm just going to call it because it's easier for me, does make the move into turn 1, taking the lead and pulling a half a second round turn 3 and 4.
Yeah, good stuff so far. Veloce second place, just splitting the 2 kick Saubers at the minute. Can it be a 1-2 for the Sauber team? Possibly, possibly not. As the yellow flags, I think that is Dylan Vince once again nearly into their barrier. They're really slidey he is today. And 8th position now, of course. He's been at the back for a good while, and he's been lapped by many drivers. Through goes even more in this Grand Prix, unfortunately. It's straight on Bate. You go through now. He's been lapped by the top 5, but pretty much no coming back today, unfortunately, for Dylan Vince, as he has bottled it quite a few times, more than he should have. But 9 laps to go, lap 24 of 33, and Pittsmith towards the line in the Sauber. Veloce behind with a half a second gap, now 6 tenths of a second heading down the main straight. Will we get a move, ladies and gentlemen? Pittsmith really putting the pace then with the fastest lap of the Grand Prix just there. Veloce trying to gain, Passy seems a lot further back than the front 2 at this moment in time, but can he gain is the question behind that. Let's keep an eye on this one. Stray Dog and Bate, these 2 have been battling for a good while as well. It is looking like we're going to get a move here. Stray Dog with the move on Bate down the outside line. He can't pick there. Will he go around the outside? Yes, he will. Can he hold it though? It'll be on the inside for the left-hander, and he is through to P4.
Very good driving from those 2 here. The front 3 just trying to keep within the second of each other. Obviously, there is about a second separating Andrew Smith from his teammate in P3. But as we do go on to the second DRS straight off the lap, obviously it's very short. You're only on having the DRS open for a matter of seconds, which in F1 is known as a fair bit of time. But in the grand scheme of things, to make a move and get close enough to the car ahead, it's nothing.
Yeah, absolutely right. I think there is the drivers heading down the main straight now, and of course after that we'll have a look at Stray Dog and Bate behind, because they love giving us a bit of action as well. But down the straight, lap 26 of 33, Andrew Pipsmith ahead, Veloce into the lead now, and he's through. Passy really seeming to struggle on the pace at the minute. He is keeping up, but definitely not the pace of overtaking at the minute. And he makes a mistake and a penalty. And the 1-2 is out of the window then for this Grand Prix now. It's got to be. He is really far back compared to the front 2. Veloce and Andrew Pittsmith ahead. Down the inside as well of Bate then on Stray Dog 3 Racing. Bate in the Red Bull is through past the V-Carb. And a very nice move indeed from the Red Bull. But can he hold it? Because the V-Carb doing his absolute best to get through. He can hold it for now. And lap 26 of 33 brings us even more battling in this Grand Prix. But Veloce on this time around is the race leader.
Very much so. Papsy is on 7 lap older tyres than every other driver around him. The two ahead have been on their hards for a total of 14 laps. So has P4 and P5. Those four drivers being on, obviously, as I stated, for 14 laps. Whereas Papsy now is just finishing his 21st lap on these hard tyres. They're going to start wearing away. He's going to be starting to get fairly close to that puncture range where he's going to have to start worrying. Does he pit in the next 6 laps and avoid the puncture, maybe go into some softs? Because the softs will go to the engine here. Or does he just wing it and hope it doesn't quite puncture his tyres?
Yeah, 6 laps to go. Really fast it has been, and Veloce ahead. 2 Salvas behind, but Passy really falling behind. He really is. Andrew Pipsmith, though, has managed to keep up quite well in this race, and you see he's got a hell of a lot of ERS as well to help him in this race. That's going to come in much handy. 100% that man has got in this race, and you know, a lot more than Veloce with 21% at this moment in time. But here we go then, heading round into the middle sector of this Grand Prix and into the final sector pretty soon. Lap 27 of 33, soon to come to an end, and down the straight, is it going to be possible for Andrew to regain that race lead that he's had for many laps in this Grand Prix? Is that a possibility for the Sauber as they head round the final 2 corners in this Grand Prix, ladies and gentlemen, to make it 5 laps before the end of this race? Andrew looking a lot further behind than normal here with a 6/10 gap from Veloce, but the DRS is very strong. His ERS is stronger too. Will we get a move? He's getting much closer. Maybe not a move into turn 1, but look at this, the gap is incredibly closer now. Just within a 1/10 of a second, and Veloce is safe for 1 more lap.
So his teammate, not so much. As you can see, they are coming very close now to the back of him. Hopefully he doesn't impede these two too much, because these two have been giving us all the joy that we have ever needed from Spain.
Yeah, they really have, and I think this is the kind of race that keeps the race alive, keeps it exciting to watch. As Pips locking up a little bit through there, but look at the gap. He's really closing in here on Veloce, really much trying to get through. Here comes Pipsmith. We don't see many moves down the inside here. We've seen it again though. Pipsmith down the inside, through past Veloce, and he is through once again, but will it be through these next set of corners? He gets bumped by Veloce there, heading round the final 2 corners and onto the main straight. Veloce this time is going to be behind, but will he be able to get through, catapult forward? Andrew really flying ahead down the straight. He's got medium ERS being used. Veloce trying to gain with the DRS as well. He's going to go down the inside. He's going to make it really easy for himself, like a sitting duck. Andrew Pipsmith were there on the straight, and Veloce once again back and pass. Behind that, very much behind that, it's the 2 stray dogs that are giving it absolutely everything. One going around at the right time. RB into the wall there, bait with a 3-second penalty, and Stray Dog 3 into the Qatar Airways signage as he brings himself back onto the track. But a bit of a well, it would have been a bad shoot, but he saved it quite well actually in this race as he heads down the straight. But the top 2 are still battling. Passy very much fell off on them hards.
Very much so. I mean, like I stated about 2 laps ago, his hards are 7 laps older than everyone else's mediums. I'm not sure if anyone else's pit as of recent laps. By the looks of things, no. Stray Dog there on 9-lap-old mediums behind him. But apart from that, everyone is on very warm tyres. Tyres possibly even looking at getting close to about the halfway mark in terms of degradation, as Veloce sets a 14.4 to go fastest on worn tyres. That is quite a feat with 3 laps left to go in this race.
Yeah, it's pretty decent actually from Veloce with only 3 laps to go now, like you just mentioned. And it's been a decent race, 8 people left. We've lost 3 of St. Power and both of the Wolfie players here today. But the top 2 have been giving us all of the entertainment, and also the Stray Dogs and Bait have definitely been giving us a bit of action too, which is nice to see. But down the straight, they all head, Bait and Stray Dog. They are a lot further away than they normally were. But Pipsmith 9 tenths behind Veloce now, which is getting pretty bigger now. The gap over a second between the top two. We haven't seen that gap like that for a good while in this Grand Prix. Smith second place, trying to do absolutely everything he can. He's got 8/10 of a second. He has got the ERS as well, so if he wants to gain, I'm pretty sure he can, but he's saving it up. He's going to keep it reserved as we head round the final two corners of this Grand Prix, ladies and gentlemen, of this track, sorry. But a very nice race indeed, up towards the line. Passing down 3.8 behind his teammate, and Veloce really running away with it with only 2 laps to go.
Very much so. I mean, the closest we do have in terms of driving are the front two. Obviously, with actually dropping back a bit earlier on, we've just had a two-way fight between the Haas as well as the kicks out, with 2 cars in real life that you would never see in this position. Obviously, apart from that one time for Kevin Magnussen in Australia, I believe 2016, 2017 that was, where he managed to get Haas's first win in their first season, I believe it was as well.
Yeah. Well, 2 laps to go, everybody. We are very much reaching the end. And fair play to the guys at the front. Fair play to Patty, to be fair. 26 lap old hard. This man struggling out there today after his heart's falling off. He can't really do much about this anymore. But, you know, he's gonna persevere. He's gonna continue on then, as the drivers will cross the line soon to begin the penultimate lap of today's Grand Prix. I think Veloce going for the overtake on his teammate, of course, who has been lapped. But here we go, towards the line. Lap 32 and 33 begins. Let's watch Smith. He isn't able to make a move yet, but he is definitely closer than we saw earlier on. Now within 1/10 of a second. That gap was a second, and over a second at one point last lap around. Now only 2/10, and he's still got 70% ERS. Veloce with 70% too, managed to save a bit up. This is looking very promising from both the drivers here today, both on 20 lap old hards. Passy pits for the softs.
Wait, he's come in. Maybe he's just trying to get that fastest lap.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's well ahead of the drivers behind, as he does come out the pits about 2.5 seconds ahead of Stray Dog. He just wants to nick that fastest lap for his team. Obviously, at the moment, Veloce does have it. But obviously, rival team at the moment, I'm guessing in the constructors, I haven't had a chance to see the standings as of yet. But just that kicks out, just maybe trying to sneak 1 extra point to what they're going to already get from their incredible P2 and P3 finish that it looks to be today.
Yeah, absolutely, everybody. Only a couple laps to go now. Really, really fast race, and we hope you enjoyed so far. We really hope you do. Here on the Jack Crossley Comms channel, not really very often that we have somebody else in the commentary box. Last person to do that was Garrison, who hasn't been around for months, unfortunately. But Veloce ahead, Andrew Smith down to 2nd place with 21 lap old hards. The final lap of the Grand Prix begins, everybody. And the final lap showdown begins of this very long Grand Prix, with 33 laps on the final lap now. Veloce, Andrew Smith, who will take it? Lots of ERS saved up for both of them. Both of them pretty much on equal ERS as well. It is absolutely going to come down to who just gets lucky here, because these boys both on similar level of pace and skill. It's been a brilliant, brilliant show from these two, and Passy as well, who was part of it, who really put on a show for us today in this Grand Prix. Andrew, oh, he bottles it. He goes off onto the gravel traps. He's gone around, and that'll be it for Andrew Smith. Veloce heads around the final 2 corners. Smith is in 2nd place and won't take the lead and the win today. Here comes Veloce around the final corner. Well deserved. Over the line. He takes the win here in Spain. Smith towards the line. He will take 2nd as he crosses the line. Passy, who is a little bit further behind still, with a 1.2 second improvement in the middle sector, is going to be on for the fastest lap if he carries on like this, and will pick up the fastest lap point and 3rd position in this Grand Prix once he crosses that line as he gets around there. Now, will it be fastest lap for Passy? Yes, it will. 1:13.1, 1:13.2 nearly, and nearly a 2/10 second improvement. Sorry, that is a brilliant time. Base over the line in 5, and all we've got to wait for is Stray Dog 3 Racing.
very much incredible racing today. It's been an absolute honour to be able to commentate over it with yourself, Jack. Some great racing, like I said, from the front four drivers, and hopefully, if I am able to come back again, if I can find the time, we can hopefully carry on seeing just as good racing. If not, you will have the pleasure to see it yourself, won't you?
Absolutely, yeah. There we go then, everybody. Podium celebrations. Then we've got the finishing results. The Haas driver winning today. Finishing results then, everybody, for today's Grand Prix. Will I get them on the screen? Sometimes it lags out and doesn't show me the finishing results. Yeah, I think it's doing that now. Oh, never mind. We've got them. Finishing results then. The Haas car of Veloce takes the win from Andrew Pipsmith in second place. Passy takes third. Stray Dog takes fourth position. From Bait in 5. Stray Dog 3 Racing in 6. Percival 7. Dylan Vince in 8, and then of course it is St. Power, Wolfie Plays, and Wolfie Plays again, who all retired from the Grand Prix today. That is it from me and Ryan. Thanks for joining us. It's been very good. Any final words, Ryan, about today's race?
No, just once again, thank you very much for having me. Obviously, it's been a long time coming, and it's very happy we've actually managed to get it done.
Me too, me too. I'm glad we managed to do it, and hopefully the start of more commentaries like this. But thanks for joining us, everybody. It's been very fun indeed. If you like this kind of stuff, you can find more of it on both of our Twitch channels. But I should be back again next week here for Extinguished for my last week, so make sure you're there for that, and I'll see you then. Good night, everybody.